At this point, you're probably all as excited as I am, because for those of you that play NA, tomorrow we're going to get Phase 4, and obviously Wednesday for EU. The official patch notes have gone out now, and I just wanted to cover a few things, like popular questions that some of you have been asking about things like Random Dungeon Finder. Is it Cross Realm? Are there going to be TOC 10-man items dropping from these new Gamma dungeons? A lot of it's answered in these official patch notes that will be going out alongside the patch tomorrow. The first one is, how is ICC going to launch? And just so you're aware, there's no restriction or gating to prevent access to later wings of the raid. All will be fully unlocked at launch. This was already known. We heard about this a few patch notes ago, and we know that Heroic's going to be accessible straight away without killing the Lich King on normal as well. But if you weren't aware, now you are. Random Dungeon Finder. So players can now queue for random dungeons in WRAF Classic. Individual dungeons are available, as well as normal dungeons, Heroic Defense Protocol, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. So yes, you can queue for everything. Again, we already knew that, but a big question has been, is it going to be server-wide or is it going to be cross-server? And we've all assumed it's going to be cross-server, of course, because it would make sense. Otherwise, adding RDF to these servers that have got like low population is going to be fairly pointless. How we can already tell from the patch notes that that's going to be the case is if we scroll right the way down to bug fixes and adjustments. I don't know why such a really big feature has actually been sort of hidden in these patch notes, but players can now create cross-realm groups in the LFG tool. So if you're going to be able to use the LFG tool to make cross-realm groups, of course, Random Dungeon Finder is going to be cross-realm as well, you would assume. Now, personally, this is going to sound quite selfish, I know, but as someone who streams, the ability to make cross-realm LFG groups is going to be absolutely amazing. You know, for me, I play with lots of people from different servers, or talk to lots of people on different servers whilst I'm, you know, streaming and doing whatever I'm doing. To now be able to group with everyone, I'm a big fan of. Jumping back up though, so the new Gamma dungeons, they did say a while back that there would be no additional rewards. We know the mobs inside are going to do extra damage and they're going to have extra health, but there is the new mechanic. You just pick a buff when you go in, you talk to an NPC, and it just greatly increases your damage and you just smash through it a lot quicker. But there are no new actual mechanics to these bosses or the dungeons outside of that. Every boss in these dungeons is going to drop the new currency, which is the Defiler Scourge Stones, and you're going to be able to get, if you was to do a world tour, you're going to be able to get about 62 of these a day. Don't quote me on that, that's just a number I've seen flying about. I've not really been that bothered to sit there and actually add it all up and make sure that that's right, because you are really only limited by time. With Random Dungeon Finder, you can just keep spamming and spamming and spamming, like you've never got to stop. So the only limiting factor to how many of these Scourge Stones you can get a day is how long can you play for. They've also made some adjustments to the health in Alpha just to make it a lot easier, because it should be a lot easier than Gamma. We already know about the Shadowmourne Legendary Quest, and we know how that's been changed. And I do actually have a video going out about Shadowmourne, but it's not what you think. So keep an eye out for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and then you won't miss it. But they've sped up the rate that you can get it, because you can get the Shadow Frost Shards straight away. All normal and heroic bosses have the same drop chance, and M-Wing bosses are guaranteed to drop them. There has been, though, some mount adjustments, and this has been quite a big one that people have been talking about with the account-wide mounts coming in. We've gone to a Cataclysm-style mount system already. So mount speed and ability now scale with players' riding skill. So if you've only got like 60% mount speed because you're only level 40, that just means you can still use every other mount. Any mount you want, you can use it, but it will scale to 60%. If you can do 100%, it will go to 100%. If you've got 150% flying, you get what I mean. Any mount you want to use, you can use it, and it will just be based off of your personal flight speed or ground mount speed. And again, a bit like Kata, you can now use flying mounts as ground mounts in places where flying is restricted. This includes areas such as Dalaran and Wintergrass. So yes, you're going to see Mimiron's head not only flying around everywhere in the sky, but also on the floor as well now. Great. What this should actually mean, though, is if you've got a 310 mount on any character, as long as that is then on another character, your character automatically then should have 310% speed. As in, that character doesn't need to go and get a mount itself, because let's say you've already got Mim's head and it's account wide, and then you wanted to get 310 on a different character, and Mim's head is the easiest option for you to get it. You can't, because you've already got the mount. Do you know what I mean? So it won't matter. If you've already got a 310% speed mount on your account, you'll have it on all your characters. That could change come Kata when they add another flight license in, but we'll talk about that in another video. We already know about the class adjustments, where they've actually made the smart heals actually a little bit smarter, because they will prioritize players over pets. We already know about the Hunter's Trap Launcher. We already also know about the changes to Demonic Pact and Infernal's cooldown being reset after an encounter finishes. And quite honestly, everything else we've already spoke about in here already. As a say, the things I wanted to really point out was the Cross Realm looking for group tool, which is slid in there right at the bottom and could easily be missed. And if you also didn't know, I did speak about this in a video a few days ago, Even Weave, Moonshroud, Spellweave and Titan Steel bars can now be crafted anywhere and have no cooldown. Again, if you want to know more about that, check the video out that I done a couple of days ago. But yeah, they'll have no cooldown, so if you've got any, it's probably a little bit late to try and sell them now, but yeah. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Just a little quick update. That is the full blue patch notes. I'll put a link in the description below, but definitely looks like Cross Realm RDF. We've definitely got answers when it comes to mounts and everything now as well. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.